So let's look into what your soul wants you to know for what's coming up in 2026. So I'm just shuffling my cards. And I know, if you are seeing this in 2025, me saying the next year, it just feels so weird and scary. It's like, no, it's literally just around the corner and it's hard to even fathom. So, for those who are seeing this at any other time, because we are literally, I think, 8 weeks away from New Year or six, for anybody seeing this at mid year, beginning year, whatever it may be, don't worry. I'll give you what the timelines mean because it will still apply to you because you'll still be in 2026 then. My God, I don't want to even say those words. But it's going to be exciting. I love it. I said exciting, and the first card I turn over says star power. You cannot make this up. This is so funny. Sorry, I'm just reading and I should read it out to you guys. It basically says you need engaging work that will let your talents shine. You are a natural actor and influencer. You attract fame and fortune. Translated, and again, this is kind of, taking it to entrepreneurial business owner and stuff, but translated to, even if it's relating to your career, is basically saying that in 2026, and we're talking about the early part of it, that all of the goals and things that you have been working towards, and especially as you have been doing all of the work this year round in 2025. Sorry, I'm just translating it for the people who are going to see it next year in mid-month and stuff. So take it to be, because we know it's about 6 to 7 weeks before before the new year. So if you're seeing it in any other timeline, then take the conversation to be that what you did prior to the reading, all the work, all the efforts, all of that you've been putting in, all of that hard work is going to pay off. We are talking about a combination of love and career. So it's not just a one-sided reading because we're talking about 2026. We're talking about what's going to be unfolding. And I'm being given the first 3 months because we don't want to keep on dragging it to, and I will probably do other readings for the other parts of the year anyway. But the great news is that we're focusing on the first 3 months of the year, the first quarter of the year, so that you know that all of the things I'm going to say are going to be coming in pretty quick, which is wonderful. So we've already talked about the career and everything and the business front, that there's opportunities coming in. The money that you may have been waiting for or maybe not manifested to the level magnitude that you had hoped for is going to start to show up within those 3 years. So you will have that stability. You will have that feeling of renewal. Again, you can't make this up. There will be new opportunities and new things ahead. Again, the universe, outside forces, is working in your favor. Whether that's to do with love, if you're waiting on somebody, or whether that's to do with business or career opportunities, the universe is working in your favor. So trust it, trust the process, trust the journey. Stop focusing on the destination. Focus on the journey, because that's where you are planting your seeds. That's where the opportunities are showing up. You 100% need to have a destination, because we all have that. We all have a roadmap. We all know where we're going, but you can't control or plan the journey as much as you think, because think of it as when you are literally going someplace, say you're visiting a friend and they're 4 hours away. You plan the journey, you put it into Google Maps. Google, shows you, yep, you're going to start at your home, you're going to end up at your friend's home, and this is the journey to it. But then as soon as you're on the journey, there's diversions, there's accidents, there's roadworks, there's delays, there's this, there's that, but you still get to your destination. might not be in the timeline that you thought or expected, but you still get there. And why do you get there? Because you trusted it. You didn't question it. You just knew you were going to get there. You knew you had obstacles. Yeah, you dealt with them. And this is basically what the next 5, because I'm including the fact that we're still in 2025. So the next 4.5, 5 months are going to be about that you will have obstacles or annoyances, as I like to call them, or challenges, whichever word, has a better vibe for you. You are going to have those. It's a human thing. We can't avoid them, but deal with them, let them go, move forward. Don't allow the limitations, I was going to say your limitations, but your limitations in the sense that they'll come into your path. Don't allow them to stop you. Don't allow them to hold you back, because what is to come is beyond, I was going to say, what I can fathom, meaning that the universe has so much more to put on your plate than you think at this moment in time. And it's not that you don't want greatness, and I'm not talking greatness in terms of fame and stuff, but greatness in the sense that you want that stability, you want the income, stroke money, you want the love, all of that. So it's not saying that you won't get that, but just don't hold on to the past. You have got the financial freedom. Sorry, I stopped talking because the words financial freedom came in. And normally I say that as just 2 words, as a coach, we just throw in. But this time around, it's actually ringing true. Now, financial freedom for everybody is going to be very different and look very different, but translated to what I'm trying to say, or your guides are trying to say, is very much to do with that you will have the money and means to do whatever it is that you want, whether that's sharing it and giving back to the community, whether that's sharing it with friends and family, whether that's investments, whether it's putting it into a different pot, whether that's retiring and taking holidays for the rest of your life, whatever it may be. And I'll put a caveat: you're not going to accomplish that level of money within the first 3 months of next year, unless of course you win a lottery, in which case please give me a call and remember my channel. I would be forever grateful. Jokes aside, it basically means that the journey to that financial freedom, the fruition of it, the manifestation of it, you seeing it in 3D, will begin to happen in the first 3 months of 2026. And that's basically, what that is mostly about. You're going to have a seat on the table. Now, this is career and stroke business related, because this is very much to say that your peers are going to be recognizing you. And that is a huge thing, because you've been working your flipping butt off, to not so much get a seat at the table, but to elevate your energy so that you're matching to theirs, and getting to that level of expertise, getting to that level of hard work, recognition, but in a good, positive way, because you've done it for yourself. You're not doing it from an ego point of view to prove to somebody else. You're doing it because was your journey. That's what you wanted to do. The future is really, really, really looking really rosy. Now, one thing, as you may know, I've been kind of talking, and it feels general, but it also feels very much that it's been very business career orientated. Let's talk about love, because the match is there. You've got the card, the great match. The match is there. This person is there. I feel that this person is currently around you at this moment in time, at the time of reading, but you might not be in that place of relationship, connection, togetherness. And the first, again, because we are 6 to 7 weeks, from the new year, so including this time span, to the 3 months of the next year. So that's like 4.5 months. And that's only translated because you might not be seeing it in November. You might see this reading at some other time. So the time span of when you see this video to 4.5 months from there onwards, your person, and I'm loving it because I'm looking at these cards and I know what they say, and you don't. Sorry, that's a little petty schoolgirly thing. But the only reason is that I'm actually really smiling because in terms of the love front, it basically means that there is direction finally, because there's been no direction. There is just been stagnation. It's just been long. And I had to put the card down because I just got that energy after I said long, to feeling that heaviness and feeling the, that kind of energy. But from 7 days of seeing this reading, there's going to be movement. And we're talking fast movement. We're not talking like it has been for maybe the very long time, but it really will be fast movement, things moving. That doesn't mean or translate to going from zero to commitment, and moving in together. It basically means going from zero to maybe starting to talking, to seeing one another regularly and talking, regularly, and having that communication to build something. Whereas in 2026, that's when it turns into more of a commitment and you guys being together. This is about new beginnings. This is about your person, because I do feel they're around you, but maybe on a no contact, or that kind of scenario, where it is about new beginnings for them, because it is about them having shed their crap and you equally having shed whatever else it is that you've needed to, and you guys manifesting not just a life together, but your individual lives as well, to do with your careers, to do with your business, to do with whatever else, that is going on in your life. Both of you are equally manifesting all of the goodness and all of the things that you've wanted in your life, and you guys coming together. So to summarize, 2026 for the next 4.5 months, 3 months into 26, from now, November, until March of 26, you have got immense growth. You have got a lot of changes for the goodness happening. You have opportunities coming in on a business career level that you had not anticipated or expected. Please remain open. Please think outside the box, because they may be different to what you are used to. But allowing yourself to go out of your comfort zone will basically mean that it allows more things to come in, more greatness to come in ways that you haven't even anticipated. You are and will be on your road to financial freedom. The things that you have been wanting to manifest on a money level will start to come through. So if, again, this is applying more to if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, freelancer, working for yourself in any capacity, that if you have been putting your energy out there and not getting that consistent money or lots of money coming in, then take this as your sign that that regularity will be there from the new year, which translated is about 6 weeks onwards, 6 to 7 weeks on. You will, on a regular basis, start to have consistent good money coming in from lots of different sources, but these are sources you've created or have been creating. Everything kind of like it's kind of like all the abundance starts to overflow from all of the pots, rather than one pot being empty, the other one being half full and all of that. But no, all of the pots start to bring in, or outburst of money coming in, and that becomes a regular basis. On the love front, again, everything is tied together in terms of frequency and energy. Your person of interest who may be currently in separation or no contact with will be stepping forward because they're doing their inner work and have done the inner work. So before the year end, and translated, that is within the next 6 to 7 weeks, they will be stepping forward. Again, as I said, you're not going from 0 to a committed relationship, but it basically means within the next 6 to 7 weeks, there will be conversations happening. There will be movement happening. Where there's been no communication, there will be communication. Where there's been no anything, there will be regular getting to know one another. Maybe, having coffees or whatever, talking, whatever it may be, in any capacity. So there's movement happening in terms of that relationship. Everything relating to business, career, love, financial, and everything else seems to be more about stepping into the new year. Translated 6 to 7 weeks on. That's when you really start to see that stability on all levels really happening. And that's when all of those wonderful things that you've been wanting to manifest will start to come together. That seat on the table, expect it to be in the new year, not within the first 6 to 7 weeks of you listening to this reading, but after that. Because that seat on the table, once you're on it, you're never getting off it, because your peers and the work that you will be doing and what you will be creating will be so immense and appreciated that, again, sorry, I'm translating it into employed, work as well, but take the seat at the table as promotion or recognition, or being headhunted maybe for a new position somewhere else, or the board of directors or executives, or, a higher position to where you already are at. That's basically all of the things that will be coming. It feels idealistic, but you know what? Let it be. Because this is what you've worked so hard for. This is what you've wanted and have been wanting to manifest. So let it be idealistic, because this is your ideal. This is your vision that is being presented to you, maybe in a more grander, beautiful way that you hadn't expected it to. But do not fear it, because you deserve it. You deserve everything that is coming to you. 2026 or 7 weeks beyond is going to be amazing for you. All you need to do is trust the process, trust yourself the most, and just allow things to unfold. Don't try and control. Just allow things to flow and see what happens and what manifests and what actually comes through for you. If you want a more detailed reading regarding the rest of the 2026 or the remainder of any other time, then you can book a reading with me. All the links are in the bio. Thank you so much if you're already doing it, but remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, because it helps me, it helps the channel, but it also helps me to reach wider audiences who may need to hear the message to also help them. And also remember our shop, Mystique and Manifest, the links are in the bio. And with all of that, I'll see you next time.